Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm a meteorologist. I forecast the weather, and I take the picture of what's happening with the weather now and predict what's going to happen in the future, and then I share all that information on television. In a typical day, I'll come to work and I will get on my 17 computers, and each one of them tells me another piece of the puzzle for the forecast for that day. So I spend most of my day working on the computers, looking at models and satellite images, and then I start to write my forecast. After I've got my forecast written, I have to make the graphics and the pictures that will help explain that forecast, and then I do the news at night showing everybody my forecast. So when I'm standing in a studio, I'm in a studio in front of a camera with lights all around me, and behind me is a blank wall. There's nothing there, just a green screen. And so what happens is the camera takes a picture of me, and the only way I can see it is when I turn to the side, and when I look back into the camera actually becomes a little television screen, but everything is backwards. It's a mirror image. And so I see everything backwards, but everything that you see at home looks just right. Everything about the weather is really learning about cycles. For example, the water cycle. It's just the movement of water from the ocean as it's sitting there when the sun's rays heat the ocean and turns that water into water vapor, which is something you can't see that then floats up in the air. That water vapor moves with the wind and eventually will run into ground or mountains or even just any type of land. And then it turns into rain when you get enough water vapor together. That rain comes down in the form of water again, hits the ground, runs back into rivers and streams, heads back down to the ocean, and that whole cycle will start over again. The first time I went live on television, I was so nervous the night before I could hardly sleep. The forecast only lasted about 2.5 minutes, but it felt like it was 2.5 hours. Well, now I don't get so nervous anymore because I've been doing it so long, but I'll never forget how scared I was the first day I did it. If you're interested in pursuing meteorology or any of the sciences, stay in school and do well in all of your subjects. There's a lot of things that kids can do to better understand the weather and to learn more about meteorology. Well, first of all, you can learn everything in school that you need to learn, but you can also go on the internet, and there's so many wonderful sites where you can learn more about not just what the clouds are doing, but the models and the technology behind everything that we do in forecasting, from storm chasing to hurricanes to thunderstorms. And then also, it's really simple. You can go outside and just look up and watch the clouds, because the clouds can tell you the whole story if you know what you're looking for. So if kids want to learn more about the weather, go to the internet, do well in school, and simply watch the clouds.